In what ways are virtual meetings effective, and where do you lose the most by not being at the facility in person with your teammates?
Coming into it, I was like, this is going to be terrible, just sitting on a computer for 2 hours, but it's been really, really good. And it kind of feels like you're in the building. Like, I feel like we haven't missed a beat. But if I was to say something that is missing, just interacting with the guys, just spending time with them, chilling in a hot tub, sauna, just catching up, meeting the rookies, meeting the new vets. And so we definitely missed that aspect.
You mentioned the rookies. You were a rookie back in 2011 when there was an NFL lockout. Having started your career with no OTAs, no mini camps, what advice would you give to the rookies that have a similar situation this year?
Yeah, few things. Make sure you come in shape, because I definitely did not come in shape. I got a phone call saying, "Hey, get on the plane tomorrow." I was like, "All right," and so definitely come in shape. And these guys, they have an advantage. I didn't have a playbook. These guys have a playbook. Make sure you're mentally ready to go. It's because when you get back, we don't have time, go over the same stuff. So make sure you're mentally sharp so you can play fast. And so those are top two things that got to be done.
There are going to be health protocols in place. Is there any concern about returning to the facility, being in close quarters with guys in practice and games, and obviously traveling throughout the season?
Yeah, it's definitely a big reality that we have to face, and the NFL is taking a lot of protocols to make sure that we stay safe.
Yeah.
And so it all depends, what we're wearing on the football field, what are we wearing in the building. Guys got to have the mask on at all times.
You mentioned the masks. Have you worked out with a mask at all on, and how tough is that?
Man, I have not ever worked out with a mask on. But, I was thinking, you see some guys, like when it's cold outside, they put on the ski mask. So I was thinking they should create like a breathable version of that. And so you got to do something to try to cover it up.
How strange and different do you expect this season to be?
It's going to be very different. It's just the steps you got to take throughout the week just to get the game day is just going to be different as far as working out together. They're talking about having meetings outside and just, fans. It's going to be something we've never seen before. And I'm not sure how that energy will transfer onto the field on Sunday, but it's going to be different because we've done stuff our whole lives a certain way. And now you're saying, all right, let's change it up. So we'll see what it looks like. I hope that it's fun and we can still go out there and do what we love. But only time will tell.
Now, Shaquille Griffin said he won't have any excuses for not hearing Bobby make defensive calls if there are no fans in the stands.
Oh, you're gonna hear them loud and clear, unless they start pumping in noise on like third downs, which I would love if they did that. Please pump in some noise to get somewhat things normal. But definitely if we're on the road, we won't hear a word.
Yeah, noise or not artificially pumped in. Can you imagine a quieter CenturyLink field?
Can't happen. We might as well not even play football if it's quiet. That makes absolutely no sense. Pump in some noise and just make it as close to real as possible.
Team had some meaningful discussions not related to football amidst the protests this spring. What impact did those discussions have on you?
For them to create that environment for us was perfect. It was something that was much needed. And we all know life is bigger than football. And for, them to take away 2-3 days for us to just talk as men in America versus Seahawks players in America was, it was phenomenal.
What impact do you think it has had and will continue to have on this team going forward?
Yeah, I believe that it's good. It's good for the conversation for that to happen. I was talking to white guys on the team, white coaches, and, we were sharing each other's stories and how we experience things in America, how they've experienced things in America. And so it was good for us to become vulnerable, first of all, as men and as athletes.
Whether it should be a national story or not, do you think there's a better awareness now for why people make the decision to take a knee during the national anthem? And do you plan on doing that yourself?
Yeah, I think it should be pretty clear why people do choose to take a knee, to protest. And so everyone's walk in America is different, and people experience different things, and they want change to happen in certain areas. And so you do see that, and I hope that people understand and listen when they do see those things, listen to other people's stories. As far as me personally, I don't know what I'm going to do. What I am going to do is go out there and make change. I'm going to figure out, how can people be more educated? How are these laws? What can we do to just shift this narrative, shift this country to head in a positive direction?
How proud are you of your wife helping organize the peaceful march back in June?
She doesn't like being in front of people, but for her to go out there and just stand, she like stood on this thing and gave a speech that she had wrote was just tremendous. And she led the way, she led the marches, led the chants. And so she's extremely passionate about this. We have Black sons, and it's just something we want to see change in this country. And so for her to do that, do her part, was real special.
You are a husband, you're a father. How do you view football now, maybe differently compared to when you first started playing the game or even in college?
Yeah, it's night and day. Football was my life before my kids. But when my son came out the womb, you're my life now, and you're priority number one. I still love the game, but when you have your own family, they definitely come first.
So what comes to mind when I say this is going to be your 10th year in the NFL?
What comes to my mind came really fast. That's what comes to my mind.
1, 2.
Like, really, like 10 years, where did the time go? And extremely thankful, just to get this far. This is always a goal of mine. To stay healthy, stay with a really good football team, won some championships. It's cool to see, like, my career, I get better the older I get. So this season should be even better than last year's. And last year was pretty dang good. So I'm happy, man, and it's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, last year was your best statistical season. You're not supposed to be better at 30 years old than you are at 25. What's the deal?
That's what they say. That's what they say. I'm trying to change all that. That's not true.
Well, the average career in the NFL is just over 3 years. Do you view your time in the NFL as a major accomplishment or sort of a burden now that you're one of the older guys out there, or a combination of the two?
Yeah, it's definitely an accomplishment. It's definitely all bonuses, it's all positive. If you can get to this point, to just continue to do what you love, first of all, continue to make the money that you do. And so I'm still loving it. I'm still having fun. I'm going to keep doing it until, that time comes.
You said in the past that you're fueled by negative critiques. So what do people say that you can't do now? Or what are the criticisms that continue to push you now?
It's always something. He got a hurt shoulder. His knees are bad. He's about to be 31 this season. It's just always something. And so please keep it coming. I love it. I truly appreciate it. I can't get enough of it. And so that's how I operate. I see it and I just shut it up.
So I'll give you one. The Seahawks ranked 22nd in total defense last year. Do you take that stuff personally? Where does this defense need to improve going forward this year?
Yeah, that's definitely not good enough. That's definitely, not the standard that myself or Bobby is proud of, along with Quandre and B-Mac. We have the talent. We have the talent. We have the chemistry, and we can't allow the offense, Seahawks offense to bail us out in games. That's unacceptable, and it will be better.
Is it going to be weird, you, Bobby, Bruce Irvin, starting linebackers out there again?
Not weird at all. Come on, Bruce. Come join the party. Welcome back. To have him back is super cool, man. When I saw he signed, I was just thrilled. Called him up, and, he's back in the building, so it's going to be extremely fun.
Finally, what's your message to the 12s who obviously won't be at training camp and might not be in full force in the stands this year?
You guys will definitely be missed. That energy you guys bring for training camp is much needed for me personally, just to see y'all out there happy, cheering us on. And but priority number one is safety. And so things will get better, things will get normal, but we just got to pump our brakes a little bit and just make sure everyone is nice and healthy.